there everyone, it's Anthony back with another video here on Single and Placing. Hi, I hope you're having a fantastic day, weekday, weekend, week, month, evening, morning, overnight, all of that good stuff. I hope it's been a good one. Today we are here for a little bit of a different video, but not so different. It's going to be a combination of an unboxing and a show and tell. So before we get to the unboxing, we're going to be doing the show and tell piece. If you are familiar with my channel or have watched previous videos, I believe about a month or two ago, I posted an unboxing of the Artdot 420 container storage case. It's the largest storage case that they do offer there at Artdot. So I've already kind of shown that. We're going to bring it out again, but Artdot actually reached out to me fairly recently and asked if I'd be interested in sharing one of their products with you all. And I was very, very flattered and very honored to be asked to share a product that I use exclusively for diamond painting storage or storage products. But I let them know, like, hey, I have every single one of your storage containers or the zippered storage cases already. So I don't know what else I could show, but I ended up finding these drawer storage container sets that they offer. So they were so kind enough to actually send me one of those to share with you all. But they asked that maybe I do a show and tell of my current kind of collection and the different sizes of their storage cases. So I was like, sure, why not? I have them sitting around, might as well grab them. And so we're going to quickly run through what they do offer from their storage cases, which has been my go-to thus far, and then we'll unbox the all-new product to me. So let's go ahead and get started. You've seen these before on my channel at various whip-in chats, kind of peeking their heads in when I do start photos over on Instagram. So a lot of this is going to look familiar, but if you're new to Artdot or you haven't tried one of these storage cases or storage products from them, it might be nice to see them all kind of together. So this is actually the smallest one, or one of the smallest ones that they offer, and this is a 60-piece storage container set. Each of the storage container sets comes with some goodies in here. You'll get some diamond painting wax, some pens, a funnel, a little scraper or straightener, a couple other little goodies, but I typically take those out when I get mine in and set them aside. And then in this little area, I'll put any excess packages of drills. I'll put my sticker sheet in here. If you're doing a cross-stitch conversion, you could keep any sort of notes or anything you need in here. It's just a nice way to keep some goodies. Sometimes I'll even put the washi tape for this particular kit or project in here. So this entire tray, and this will be on the same with all of these storage cases, is completely removable. And I found that these bottles are a little bit larger than I've seen elsewhere, and they hold right around, I think it's 1,400 drills is what they average. Of course, it depends on if you're using sparklers, they take up more space because they're glass, but right around the 1,400 range for these. So you get a decent amount of drills that you can store in here, and I end up kitting up all my drills. Some people will just do one container and then put extra baggies in here, like for 310 if there's a lot, but I tend to just do them all if I have the space. So this is perfect for a small or even medium-sized canvas, all the way up to, I'd say, about like a 50 by 70 will do just fine in here. If not, you might even be able to go a bit bigger. So also, of course, depending on the number of colors. Once again, 60 containers here. So that's the smallest one that I have from Artdot. Let me go ahead and zip it up and set it aside. The next size up is the 120. Now this is the one that this is the size that I use most often because it's really nice for medium-sized kits and those larger size kits. You know, I like the larger kits. So it looks very similar to the last one, except it's just kind of a double tall. And so same little storage container here, really nice. But instead you're gonna have, you're gonna have your 2 trays of drills to work with, so a total of 120. So usually when it comes time for me to diamond paint, I'll actually take these out of their container, set them at the top of the canvas where I'm not working, and that way I have quick access as I'm swapping colors. So this usually gets put away until I'm done for the night, and then I'll go ahead and pop these back in, zip it up, and then it goes back on the shelf. So there's that. Another little tip, if I'm trying to make sure that, because I have multiples of these, I want to make sure that I'm grabbing the right one for the right kit. So usually what I'll do, so for instance, like for Star Maker, this is the washi tape that I'm using for Star Maker. So what I'll do is I just take some scissors and I'll just snip off a little piece of my washi tape and stick it right here on this little bezel little side thing here. That way I know that this storage container has the drills for Star Maker. So this washi tape matches the washi tape that I've bordered the canvas with so far. So that's how I kind of keep track of which kit goes with which drill, so I'm not having to unzip them and look and double check. I can just grab them right off the shelf based on matching the washi tape with the kit. So that's a little tip there. And that's the 120 container set. All right, moving up to our next size up, this is gonna be our 240 container set. You can see it's quite a bit bigger. So double the size again of the last one. The handle's up top here. The other two sizes, the handle's in the front, but just with the weight, it makes more sense to have it up top on this size. And you're gonna see once again, you have a nice big storage area here for all your goodies. And then you're gonna have one tray here. So there's that, and this has 80. And then a second set of zippers will reveal the bottom two. So right here, another 80 for a total of 240 containers. So there's all of those, all nice and stacked up. This is perfect if you're looking to do multiple kits, if you want to kind of condense and not have multiple storage containers. You could do 3 medium-sized or even possibly a large size, 3 large size canvases in this one set, so you could have 3 projects going. What I would typically do if I was going to do that is I would place one set of drills here, lay the sticker sheet or the legend, the paper legend on top of this, and then put this on top of that and put that sticker sheet here. So I know that whatever drills are underneath are for that particular project. So you lift it out, here's one project, you have your sticker sheet, second project, and then the third one could either go in the little storage flap or right on top of the drills. So this is perfect for doing multiple small, medium, and large kits. You could also do one really large kit. For instance, if you had a kit that had, you know, that many colors, or it was a very large canvas, you could, you know, fill this thing out, max it out with one big old cross-stitch conversion or something like that. So there is the 240 piece container zippered set. And then the last size, at least at the time of filming this, of their zippered travel containers is going to be the 420 piece, which I'm just gonna briefly touch on because there's a whole separate video for this. Oh, so this is a big one, quite heavy, but the handle's nice and sturdy on here. So this is going to be not quite twice as large as the size down, but almost there. So each one of these, I believe, is it 100 and, I forget how many are here on each one, let's see. Actually, let me just do, rather than putting you through all that, let me do the math real quick. I don't know why I can't divide 420 by 3 offhand. 420 divided by 3. So there's 140 containers in each of these flats. So you can see I've got my legend for my cross-stitch conversion, or at least my drill count sheet there. And so you can see they're all organized by DMC code. So there's one. And then just like the other one, this is like it has the 2. And I think another reason for that is it helps for structure reasons too. It just adds a little bit more heft to it, divvying it up and having this extra thick partition here. So here's our next set of drills, continuing on with the DMCs. And then here are the last 3, or actually last 2 DMCs for that cross-stitch conversion. And then these are all for Lady with Fan for my Summer with the Masters pre-package. So I have everything Summer with the Masters here in this kit. I could even probably kit up another small or medium kit underneath here if I was to shift these up. I just left one row blank just to create the separation, but if I shifted all these up, I could probably get another kit here. So plenty of room. If you're good about organizing what goes where, you could definitely do 3, 4, 5, 6 kits in here if you were really good about creating that division. Oop, 1 second. Okie dokie, sorry about that. Work never stops, even after work hours, but I needed to take that call. But back to this little unboxing show and tell. So yeah, depending on how you're able to organize, you could get a bunch of kits in here depending on how you separate them, break them up. But this was ideal for me for this cross-stitch conversion because it has 254 colors. And then I was also able to get my pre-packaged Summer with the Masters kit here, and I may even be able to fit a third one down below. So this will be, like I said, my little Summer with the Masters set, and once I'm done with the event, then I'll probably use this mainly for my larger cross-stitch conversions. So there is that. I'm gonna go ahead and just pop that last little tray, I guess big tray, in here. But yeah, this thing gets a little heavy once it's all filled with drills, so just keep that in mind. It's going to help you build up those arm muscles a bit. You can also carry it from underneath too, but yeah, it's got some heft once it's packed with drills. So there's that. So that's kind of a show and tell of all of the kits that are the storage container cases that I've amassed over my year of diamond painting. Yeah, just about a year. And I started with Artdot. It was the first storage container set that I purchased, was a little 60 piece, and I just really like the clear containers. I have those stickers that peel off really easily that I purchased for them, and I'll link those in the description as well. So it just makes things a lot easier. It's really quick to kit down. I really like them. So I have more than those, one of each size, of course, but that's just a little sampling of the storage container cases. So now that we've discussed that, it's time to introduce the new product to my life. And so this is one of Artdot's storage container drawer sets, and this is what I believe is the 4 drawer set. So it comes in this box here. It's got the Artdot branding. It's got some heft to it even without drills. So I'm loving that I can feel some quality there as far as the materials and the sturdiness just from the feel of the box, which is nice. So inside we're gonna have all of these little stickers. You can use these stickers to label your containers. I've personally found that I like using the round, almost like yard sale or garage sale stickers because they tend to release a little bit easier, but you can absolutely use these as well. So you have those, and then inside we've got our storage drawers. Let's see how we're gonna lift these up and out. There we go. Maybe, okay. I guess I could flip it upside down. Let's do that. Should we try it? Let's see what happens. Maybe that was a bad idea. Okay, there we go. So I'm just lifting that out of the box and setting that aside, and we're gonna go ahead and flip this back around the right way. And it looks like they gave us a little funnel here, a funnel to use for kitting up or putting colors back in. And there it is. Here's our 4 drawer storage container set. There's the drawers there. I'm gonna fuss with this a little bit because I'm curious if they're interlocking or how you do it. So first things first, well, before I start fussing with it, you can see here we've got our drawers that have our containers in here. There they are. And they're the same size as the other ones, so about 1,400 drills. Interesting, okay. And then here's your other set of drawers. So I would probably start with my lowest number DMC back here and then work my way up and then do the next drawer and the next drawer, whatever makes most sense in your head for how to organize these when you're kitting up. You could also do 4 miniature, like mini kits or snack size kits if you wanted to. It looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what, 32, 64, 128. Is that right? 128 containers in this. So this is about the size of your second largest, is that right? The 120 piece container set, which I'll grab. So it's gonna hold a little bit more than this, what I'm calling the medium size zippered container, which is actually my most commonly used. So this will actually work pretty well for me. I thought it would be nice to have something that's stationary on my actual table. I could see myself kitting up projects in this, but since this might end up being a permanent fixture on my crafting table, I might use this to kit up or to store my specialty drills. Right now, my specialty drills are in these little containers here, but I have them kind of on the other side of the room in drawers. Sometimes it's hard to remember, like, ooh, check to see if you have a special drill that might be nice. So I'm thinking I could do my DP with sparklers squares, and then my other stuff in squares, and then 2 for rounds. So, and then I can just write on here, you know, DP, WS, DP with sparklers, sunshine or sparkler butternut or something, and just keep them stored in here. I thought that might be a cool idea. So there's lots of different things you can do with these more stationary storage containers. You also have this little cover plastic film and then a piece of paper underneath, so you could definitely write on there specialty rounds or something like that if you wanted to. I might just leave mine blank because I might change my mind in the future and want to do something new with them. So, but you do have the option to write on these. So you could even write AB squares, AB rounds, crystal squares, crystal rounds, or something like that. So there's that. The one thing I am noticing, I guess, oh, are those on the bottom or top? I almost thought that these trays would have some sort of circle at the bottom to make sure each one of these stays in exactly the right space, like a little spacer, but it doesn't. But I think that'll be okay. I'm gonna try to take one out, and then, so they do shimmy and shift a little bit, but as long as you're not being really aggressive pulling them in and out. My only worry is like, okay, if I take this one out, let's say that's 310, and I go to put the drawer back, and then I'm like, oh no, my 310, there's no space for it now, but it's pretty easy to move them around. I think maybe I would suggest that they have some kind of separator there at the bottom, so each one fits into like a little plastic hole to hold them in place, but that's a very minimal thing. Okay, so now that we've discussed the trays, once again, very, very sturdy. I could also see these. I'm curious now. Could we store? No, we couldn't store. It's like, could we store putty or something else in here? Maybe you could, but they're very sturdy drawers. I love the little angles, so you can really get your fingers under there to pull them out. They're just easy to use. They slide in and out of these drawers really, really well. So that's really nice. Okay, so talking about the drawers, I think these might be modular. I just don't know how they separate from each other. So I'm gonna play with these a little bit. I don't want to break anything though. Let's see. Oops, I said I don't want to break anything. Let's see. Do they snap together? I don't know if they slide or snap. Let's see. I'm not sure if the 4 don't detach from each other. It almost looks like they do. You can see how they're clasped with these little kind of beveled tongue and groove little connectors here in between. I just don't know how they separate perfectly. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so I got it to snap together. As much as I want to experiment with this, I don't want to embarrass myself by breaking these on camera. Oh, here we go. Oh, is that one? Sorry if I'm shaking you. Is that a way? Maybe it goes this way? No. Okay. Well, they're good and tight together. These four are good and tight together. I think there is a way to separate them. I will fuss with them some more. I just don't want to break them. So, but I think they do come apart because you can stack multiples on these little tracks here. So you could do a stack of 8, a stack of 12, however many you wanted to do. And then you can see in the back, they have mounts to hang them. So if you wanted to hang these on your wall and have them suspended, which is a really cool idea, you could absolutely do that. So a lot of functionality here. I'm glad that they don't just come apart easy peasy, because that would be a bummer if they were hanging on a wall or something and something happened. So I like that they snap together, but as much as I want to grab like a little mallet and try to, I'll do that in my own time. But they do seem to be modular. You can clip more than one set together. I think they even make one that's like a 9-piece drawer set, but this is the 4. So, and the drawers fit in either way, so it doesn't matter if it's sitting on your table like this or like this. The drawers will still fit in there just fine. But we've got that. I'm just gonna pop those drawers back in here and just kind of show you what the footprint of this is. So this is the full size, all together the 4 drawers. That's about how big it is. Put that on camera. And then here's how big, once again, that 120-piece container is from Artdot. So you can see it's slightly different dimensions, of course, but it doesn't take up as much or that much real estate. It takes up about the same as just having this on your table, which is what I usually do have. So I'm not too concerned about sizing here either. This is nice and fairly compact for having 128 storage containers in it. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and kit it up with my specialty drills, maybe do rounds and squares. That way, if I'm working on a kit and the mood strikes me like, you know what, her eyes could use a little this, I could put a little bit of crystal here, then I can just quickly flip through and be like, oh, that'll look good. So I think this will be my new specialty drill little storage container. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you in regards to the Artdot 4-drawer storage container set, as well as giving you a little taste of the rest of my collection, the 60-piece, the 120, the 240, and the 420 storage zippered cases. So these are the drawers, those were the cases. We'll see how it goes. I think this will be fun if you are looking for a more stationary solution, if you're not gonna be moving your drills around the house. This is a nice thing to have. Or like I said, what I'll be doing if you want to have some more permanent specialty drill storage, then you've got it right here. So let me know if you have any questions, comments, if you have used this particular container set yourself, what your thoughts are, or if you've tried any other Artdot products. I'd love to hear your thoughts on them. I know they have light pads and storage portfolios and all sorts of cool stuff, but the storage, the drill storage is my happy place. So one last thing, totally forgot to mention it, but it's an important piece. As part of this partnership with Artdot, I actually am now an affiliate with them. So if you decide that you want to make a purchase from Artdot, there will be a link in the description box, as well as a code that you can use, and the code is SP10. That'll just let them know that you were sent over by Single and Placing or by Anthony, and they can kind of keep an eye on that, and maybe I'll get a chance to do some additional partnerships in the future. So once again, there'll be a link down in the description box, and you're going to use the code SP as in Single Placing, and then the number 10, 10. That's it. Back to Anthony saying goodbyes. Future Anthony or past Anthony. One of those two. Okay, bye. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content with friends, family members, anyone that you think might take some value out of this content. Thank you again, Artdot, for being so kind to send this over to me for review. I really appreciate it. And as always, happy placing. We'll see you next time. Bye, 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 bye. Bye.